Hello everyone and good afternoon. I hope that the beginning of this one works as good as the last 8 that I've tried to do for this part 2. Alright.
You're doing better so far.
Alright, anyway, so this is part 2 of our normal 2-day or 2-episode type daily update for Wimbledon. And as we did 2 weeks prior to Wimbledon, the grass court season run-up to Wimbledon.
Right.
So actually, I had written this as just being one show 37, so this would actually be show number 38.
Okay.
Right
really?
on?
38 or 39?
38, because the last one was 37.
Ah, okay.
See, I wrote it as 37, and then if it went longer than the allotted time that we usually have specified, then I said, well, then we need to...
Okay, so we're at 38.
We're at 38. All right, so... in case you're just watching this and you haven't seen part 1, again, this is the men's side of the men's and women's draws for Wimbledon. So we do the women first because generally women get the raw end of the deal, at least for coverage. So we try to do it a little different and cover the women first. So if you're wondering why we're not talking about anything but the men's, it's because we address the women first on a separate video.
Can you imagine? They don't get coverage of singles. That means they get no coverage in doubles.
Yeah, again, we've done a lot of videos on hey, there's like men's doubles going on first round, yet there's like a women's third round match going on that's important, and we're
they
watching.
Don't show it, yeah.
So we're like watching, you know, the never-ending shuffle of doubles teams and partners. There's a couple solid teams out there, but most of them shuffle around, and yet there's like the number 12 seed playing the 17 seed, and we don't see that. So anyway, we do the women's first. So, and again, if you haven't seen the first one, this is middle Sunday for Wimbledon. If you just follow our men's updates and are clicking on it and haven't seen our excuse for not doing a show yesterday, we were up at around 4:30, didn't get home till about 2:30 in the afternoon, then took our 5 kids to the tennis court, played some doubles after that, got home, cooked before we knew it, it was 9 o'clock, sat down to do the show, and then lo and behold, we realized and had forgotten it was middle Sunday at Wimbledon.
Right, which is good for the players because they're going to be grinding it out on Monday.
Oh yeah, it was really good for us. So, I apologize for the unannounced one day off per se, but you know, I don't think it was, you know, that huge of a deal.
No, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I kind of felt like I was.
It's different if there were matches today.
Yeah, I kind of felt like I was slacking a little bit. You know, it's like I felt like I was not fulfilling my obligation to do the daily update, and then I realized it was middle Sunday. I was like, as we were like beat, you know, 5 kids and 4:30.
Still beat. I'm still tired.
Yeah, still worn out, but nonetheless. Apologize for the unannounced day off, but we did realize it was middle Sunday, which is very important for the umpires, the refs, and all the players that have really been playing since December of last year in Australia and all the way up to now. One day off helps.
Tennis players don't really get a break, do they?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they go from January to November, end of November, they get a break. There's no small tournaments in December.
Yeah, no, well...
so they get like a month break.
Yeah, I mean,
some players do.
Yeah, and if they can afford to go on vacation, in other words, they get a month break. Otherwise, they just go home and probably string their rackets and get new grip and keep training.
Well, I'm sure there's challenger tournaments, too.
Yeah,
some people have to play.
Exactly. I don't think unless you're top 10, it's really a struggle in the world of tennis. Anyway, enough of all that. You can check out the entire introduction on part 1, which we will download first. So again, if you're just seeing this for the first time, this is a part 2. Check out our previous one that we just did. A big shout out, by the way, again, I'm going to use airtime to give thoughts and all positive thoughts and all hope to these boys in Thailand. Before ending the last video, before starting this one, we did realize that 4 of the boys came out safely, and for the day's operations have stopped, and they're going to resume tomorrow for the next phase. So far, so good. Keep your thinking caps on for these young boys. I think with the World Cup of Soccer going on in Russia, seems to have been a pretty good tournament with some interesting results there. But I think the biggest results in the world today are these boys in this cave and all of the thoughts and energy that is going into this rescue operation. So I'm going to say it again, whether you've seen the last video or this one. Standing ovation to the boys in there, the courage, the coach, the man that lost his life trying to save those kids he himself is a big-time hero. So with everything going on in the world, Wimbledon and nonsense wars and everything else, great human effort for these boys in Thailand. Great job going on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm passionate about that. Seeing these boys' pictures just made me think, what if those were my kids in there? And seeing the families there and the help pouring in is just absolutely amazing. Sometimes I feel like things like this bring the world closer and closer together. At least the people that have kind of passion for others.
Sometimes.
Fading away, but hey, that's another video for another day. Good job to everyone in Thailand. Truly humbling to see you guys take care of your own there, and sometimes I wish we could see more of that right here.
Definitely.
Anyway, enough said about all that. Like I said in the first video, I don't think any of us reserve the right to complain about how bad we have it when you have 12 boys and more stuck in a cave with the water rising and the oxygen running out. So, hey, for everybody there, great job. All right, so back to tennis. So again, we just did the women's, so this is the men's. Results from yesterday. Whew, thank gosh it was Middle Sunday, because we would have missed our first episode. We would have missed it, but thank goodness for Middle Sunday, we got a break. All right, so match number 1. And look, I'm going to be intense about match number 1, but I'm not going to dwell too much time on it. Another awful showing from Kyrgios. Hold on, before you chime in. Another awful...
I can't chime in on this one because I didn't see the match.
Another awful showing for Kyrgios, okay? I've spoken about this subject a half a dozen times in 2 weeks. Half a dozen. And I'm really trying to feel where this whole show is going. All right?
Did you pick him to go to the finals?
I picked him to go to the final, yes.
Ooh.
But I knew,
Ouch.
look, I knew better than that. I picked him. I picked Kyrgios in my final on my fantasy team as a matter of wishful thinking. One, I'd won 5 Wimbledons in a row against you. I wasn't worried about losing one. So I kind of went on a limb by picking Kyrgios. And I only did that because I feel my deal, was he 22?
I have no clue what his age is.
I think he's around 22. When I was 22, I was in a really interesting part, at least in my being. And there was a lot that I had no choice to do, and I couldn't go anywhere for quite a while. So all I'm trying to say is that when I see a young kid like this, I see kid with no direction. Because at one point I didn't have direction. So when I see someone like him, I see someone just yearning for attention. I think we know someone that yearns for attention a lot, right? So I see something not being grasped by something outside of the game. And if that was grasped, I really feel like he could be maybe the best in the world. But unfortunately, we keep having episodes like this. Look, I'm going to put it like this. I wish Kyrgios all the best luck in all of his endeavors. I hope he finds his way in this game. If not in this game, I hope you find your way in life, because no woman, eventually family, eventually the people that all they have to hand out is for your money. Hey, I need this. Hey, you're going to get tired of stroking checks for family and friends. They're going to get tired of the antics. The sponsors are going to get tired of the antics. And you're just going to be like the other 1,000 tennis players or athletes in different variable sports over the eons of time since ancient Rome. You don't think the gladiators used to do things and antics to pump up the crowd? I mean, there's nothing new about this, Nick. This isn't new.
What did he do that was so bad? I didn't watch.
I mean,
this
just
match.
nonchalant efforts. I mean, in the Nishikori match,
So no lack of sportsmanship, or
the same. Look, the same thing as before. Just no effort. There was times where obviously he just gave him the point. You know, the same.
really, I didn't see that match.
See,
I expected him to basically destroy Nishikori.
No, see, I thought you read these notes. You didn't read them.
No.
So you're right out of the loop. I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
look, I'm going to leave it at this, and I'll let you catch up on it, because again, we're going to end up spending too much time talking about the same old same. It's just the same Kyrgios. Next time, read the notes on Kyrgios, and then you'll be ready. But nonetheless, yeah. I mean, he didn't care, and it was. I mean, everybody knew it. So Anyway, he was just same old Kyrgios. Actually, I don't blame you for not reading the news.
Well, I don't really like watching Kyrgios. I mean, I did see like some highlights, and I heard someone say he's not even trying. I just didn't know they were referring to that match.
Yeah, I mean, I get unnerved about it. You could probably see that. I mean, my body language changes when he does this because I just wish there would be like daddy around somewhere that he respected that could just be like.
Why do you worry? I mean, he's a man already. At 20-something, you're a man already.
No, at 22, you're still a boy.
But his life can't be that hard. Come on now.
No. That makes it even worse. When you got all this money and all this.
And he's talented, but you really see him as the best?
I think the money.
I don't see that.
I think the money and the fame has made him worse. I think he needs to get to the absolute rock bottom where none of that even matters. No money, no nothing, no tennis. Just get away. And then once you hit the bottom, now maybe you can realize that you have talents. And if you don't want to do it, fine. Go party in Bermuda and jump off a yacht and drink a margarita doing a backflip off the back of a wave runner. Whatever, man.
Hasn't Monfils done that in a few matches, though?
Monfils is in the 4th round.
I know, but he's done that. He did that in the past where he acted like he didn't care, you know? And then he comes around and changes his way. I don't know. He's done that too.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to move on. That's been enough dwelt on.
Well, good match for Nishikori, I guess.
Yeah, good job, Nishikori. Nishikori, by the way, won 6-1, 7-6, 6-4.
So he tried. Kyrgios tried in the second set.
Just you read the highlights.
Okay.
Just read the highlights. You know, we're just going to leave it at that. All right, Djokovic, number 12 seed, dismissed number 21, Edmund, 4-6, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. Good match. I think the crowd, like Djokovic says, was a little unfair to Djokovic. I mean, we're all going to root for our countrymen, but wow, that I haven't seen crowd reacting to a player like that at Wimbledon. I don't think ever, but maybe that's just a sign of times changing. I mean, maybe they should if the crowd can act like that towards the player, then shouldn't the player maybe be allowed to wear a little flash of other color on their shirt?
I've seen this done before to Djokovic. They did it to him at the US Open. When
Not like this. Not like
he was
this.
playing Roddick because he used to make fun of a lot of players, so they didn't like him. I don't think he deserved the booing. I mean, he's playing to win. Yeah, I get Edmund is British, and they want him to win. I even saw a few back hauls that the umpires didn't make. Ball was out, double bounce. Did you see that one?
Well, still, yeah, I saw that too. And you know, we're humans. We have eyes. We design these computers that call balls in and out. And okay, I get it. Well, first of all, I think Edmund was out of challenges anyway.
No, I'm not talking about that. There was a shot where Djokovic shot him, and he actually made it in the second bounce, hit it over the net, and it was out. And they said that he hit it in one bounce and the ball was in. And when
that's what I was talking about.
I
watched that.
You watched that?
Yeah, I watched it while you were gone. So the Hawkeye had definitely caught something was out, and that it potentially bounced twice. Anyway, the Edmund didn't have challenges left, so he couldn't challenge it anyway. Not that it mattered though, and it's like a relevant conversation because Djokovic lost the first set.
Well, he couldn't challenge the last serve where he was match point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though because Djokovic lost the first set at 4-6. He won the next one 6-3, 6-2. And the third set, 6-4. However, he won the last 7 games straight.
Right, and it was 40 love.
And it was 40 love.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so trivial, but let's be real here. And this is another story for another day. I know for a long time players have been trying to just splash a little bit of color on their stuff. And believe me, I love all white. Believe me, I'm totally for it. However, so many players get just a little bit of sponsorship money to help them by having a symbol here or a symbol there. And I'm not saying that should be the way it is. However, Wimbledon's standing behind such is that no, it has to be all white with just a limited amount. They go in so far as taking the players off of the court and telling them they can't play. Federer had to change his shoes not long ago, a couple years ago, because he had orange bottoms.
Right.
Remember that? And luckily he could run back to the locker room and get another pair of shoes because he's Federer. But what happens if that was freaking Van Uytvanck? You think Van Uytvank's got a spare pair in her freaking bag or with her entourage? No, because she has none. All I'm saying is that's kind of crazy if we are so traditional at the Queen's Club, and I'm glad we are, and that's how it should be, I'm for it. But if we are so traditional for clothing, then how is it fair that the crowd is not to remain traditional by chanting insofar as disrespecting Djokovic? I've never seen that personally in Wimbledon in my 40 years of being well acquainted with it. I mean, I've watched it every year for I mean, since I was born. I'm 40, so I started watching it with my dad when I was old enough to walk. You the same.
I don't remember at Wimbledon happening. I know other Grand Slams it's happened. The U.S. Open, it's allowed because it's the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And the French Open, they booed Serena when she was playing
yeah,
tennis.
I mean,
but never at Wimbledon.
I get it if it's the other tournaments because it doesn't matter about if you have some flash or pizzazz or the crowd turns into a World Cup match or whatever it is. But at Wimbledon, it's about respectful clothing, attire, perfection. The crowd was definitely unfair to Djokovic. I saw Djokovic get pumped up, and usually I don't like that bad boy Djokovic. He goes, whoa. Usually I don't like that. But when he did that, I can promise you, I'm with Djokovic on this. When he did not do it, that he is now back to his bad boy self, as I heard the media spin it. He just got mad because no one was on his side, and he deserves it. He's won this tournament on a couple of occasions, right?
Yes.
I mean, gee whiz.
Did the umpire try to silence the crowd?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. They called Djokovic for a time violation because he wasn't serving when the crowd was like literally might as well have been throwing beer cans at him, and he wouldn't serve, and he got a time violation for that, and that made him more upset. And then he won the point after that, and then he went to the crowd like, you know what? Good for you, Djokovic. You've been a nemesis of my favorite player, at least in this current generation, Federer, for a long time. I watched you play at the U.S. Open in 2007 and watched you lose in straight sets to Roger, but I hope you win this tournament, Djokovic. And this is not the first time I've said it. Not the first time I've said it. Go, Djokovic. You were disrespected from the crowd. No offense to England. I love the tournament. But don't be mad at Djokovic when he got all fired up, because that was started in the stands and not on the court.
But it seemed like Edmund
Let's be real.
Edmund wasn't part of
Let's
that.
be real.
He was a gentleman. He even waited for him after Djokovic beat him, you know?
Yeah.
He didn't seem like he wanted that either.
Good job, Djokovic. Moving forward. All right, so I have Kachanov as my unseeded player on my fantasy team, and he is in the fourth round. He defeated Tiafoe 4-6, 4-6, 7-6, 6-2, 6-1. Now, before you go on...
I think I'm going to let you talk the whole show, because you're just passionate about this today.
Did you watch this match?
I actually watched this match.
All right, go for it.
Well, Tiafoe had won the first two sets.
Correct.
I thought he was going to beat Kachanov. And all of a sudden, something happened in Kachanov. He snapped. Won the next two sets. Tiafoe was out of it. Was out of it on the fourth and fifth set. He had no more energy. He was hitting balls in the net. I mean, match point was a drop shot he attempted. A forehand drop shot. How horrible can that be? I mean, he didn't even make it close to the net. The guy was tired. They obviously need to work on his stamina.
Yeah. You said it exactly right. I mean, how do...
Sad for American tennis, isn't it?
Yeah, you said it perfectly, but I'm trying to put into thoughts what this says to me. All right, let's repeat this score. And she hit it right on the head. Repeat this score. 4-6, 4-6. So he wins the first set 6-4, 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
He loses the third set 7-6 in a tiebreaker. Close. Oh, man. Probably a point or two away, maybe even a match point in there somewhere.
I thought he still had a chance in the fourth set, yeah.
So you're only down. You're up. He's still up 2-1 and just went to a tiebreaker. I'd still be excited. He loses the third or the fourth 6-2, and loses the fifth even worse at 6-1.
They didn't even try. Some of the points were bad.
I don't think it's that he didn't try.
Tired.
I think his body gave out.
He couldn't even run.
He couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it that we live in the richest country in the world and have supposedly all the people in the world that want to come into this country, but our most, I guess, prized USTA tennis association, that's the fitness we get? That's the fitness we get? We get a 4-6, 4-6, 7-6, and then a fadeaway for a 6-2, 6-4. That's the fitness we get? Okay, but I'm going to stop right there because there's another match that comes up with the same outcome that involves a younger player. So it's not just the United States.
No.
But this whole younger generation, for me, I don't know what the
Let me tell you what the problem is,
but there's
Justin.
no dig deeping, it seems like.
The problem here is that these players, they have trainers, coaches, psychologists. Let's be real here. In tennis, you just need a coach in my opinion, and a trainer. Why do you need a psychologist to sit down and talk to because you feel this way
How
about
do
a
you
match?
feel today?
That's so stupid. We didn't have this in our generation, but now all these players have people they can talk to, counselors. I mean, all you need is a physical trainer like Agassi had and a coach. You don't need someone to talk to about how you feel on the court today. That's stupid.
All right, so do you want to role play real quick?
Okay.
All right, you ready? All right, I'm gonna play John Doe, who is the coach, and you're gonna play Mary Jane, who is the player.
Okay.
So here, I'm gonna put her on the spot, kind of like John Boy and Billy on 96.1. You are gonna be disgruntled, and you're gonna sit down after losing a second set, and you're gonna call for the coach.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So you're the disgruntled player. You just hit a ball into that, and you're going to sit down.
Okay.
All right, go. Sit down.
I'm sitting.
Now call the coach. Shouldn't you be crying too?
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Now do you have to wave for the coach?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, here we go. How are you today?
I don't feel well. I don't want to be here today.
Do you think that maybe you should think about where you are?
I don't want to be here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Do you need a soda pop or a slushie?
Oh my God, Justin.
How are you? Am I touching your leg in the right spot to
I
re-energize
just
it?
don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be here. I don't feel like being on the court. I don't know what's going on.
I wonder if I'm on TV right now and the commentators are looking at me. Do I have my hair combed nice?
Oh my gosh.
Do I have
I
my...
can't even play this role because I would never look up to a coach to solve my problem.
Look,
But
man.
like I said, the problem is not. They just need a coach and a trainer. Tiafoe obviously needs to get fitter, right? He needs to get fitter. He needs to hit the weight room. I mean, he had no stamina. He literally, that last match point, the match point that I saw, he tried a drop shot from the service line and didn't even go over.
Man, all I know is that whole Osaka, when he called Serena's old hitting partner out, Sasha, whatever his name is, and he's like kneeling down, like, how are you? Shouldn't that be like a gift for,
The
gift
thing
for
is,
whack? That's
we
a gift
we
for
baby
whack.
the players too much? Is that what you think it is? They baby the players too much?
Whatever. I know
But you don't usually see this in the European tour.
the fitness of Tiafoe looked like Osaka crying for a coach. Come on, Tiafoe, man. 6'2", 6'1", 4th and 5th, and you went 4'6", 4'6", 7'6". What happened?
Yeah, that said he was tired.
Look, and if it's not, and look, it's not 100% your fault because aren't there millions of dollars coming through your camp going into your training, and you fade away 6'2" and 6'1" in the 4th and 5th? That's ridiculous, man.
That a professional sport.
Look, I'm with Tiafoe. I like Tiafoe. Tiafoe, I'm not on your team, and I'm happy with my team. All I'm telling you is whoever's training you with that fitness or mentality to go 6'2" and 6'1" in the 4th and 5th, get rid of them. It's not helping you. It's not helping you, obviously.
Man, even Sampras, who was sick, we've seen Sampras sick at the court. He didn't even give up. He would fight.
Jeez. Anyway, enough of that. Another result. Gulbis, awesome veteran, defeated young Zverev, Sasha, or Alexander in 5.
This
7.
is another one.
Another fadeaway.
Wow.
7-6. 4-6, 5-7, 6-3, 6-0. So Gulbis wins the first set 7-6, loses the second 4-6, loses the third 5-7, goes right through in the 4, 6-3, and then bagels the number 4 player in the world in the 5th. Bagels. Great job, Zverev. You're young, whatever, but we've been saying you're young now for, 3 years?
And let me tell you,
Who's training you, man? You and Tiafoe, man. How are you going to fade away? You're number 4 in the world. Tiafoe wants to be in that mix. But you guys are fading away in the 5th set.
He faded away at French Open also.
It's
Don't
not-
you remember
yeah,
he faded away at the French
mean-
Open? He didn't have no energy.
It's not even the U.S. Open. Geez. I get it. It's a grind. Believe me, I get it. It's the
But
same.
he didn't even play grass court. So why is he tired? He didn't play grass court.
Look, all I know is Tiafoe and Zverev need to look at training and fitness and not by means of themselves. Who is dictating it and how much money you're spending, and check your bank account because someone's robbing both of you. Just robbing you.
Zverev didn't play any grass court warm-up tournaments, did he?
Oh.
So he can't be tired. I can understand at the French because he played a lot of clay tournaments, but he needs to game.
Think about this. 2 hot up-and-coming players for a long time now. Win 3 games in 2 sets in the 4th and 5th. Tiafoe lost 6-2, 6-1, 4th and 5th. Zverev 6-3, 6-0. Oh my God! Awful. Jeez. Anyway, moving on. Unseeded player Vesely defeats number 19 seed Fognini 7-6, 3-6, 6-3, 6-2.
That's a toss-up. That was a toss-up.
Good job for both.
Yeah,
who would have thought either one would be here?
Yeah.
Good luck for the upcoming the U.S. Open series, the 10 tournaments leading up to that and so forth. Good luck there.
Especially he's going to have a tough time with Nadal in the next round.
Yes, that'll be a good match, actually. Nadal defeated De Minaur 6-1, 6-2, 6-4. I won't waste time there, but both Australian players, De Minaur and Ebden, Ebden's a veteran, by the way. Ebden's been around a long time. Ebden lost to Gilles Simon, the Frenchman, 6-1, 6-7, 6-3, 7-6. So good for unseeded.
He put up a fight.
Yeah, good job for Simon, too. He's been around a long time as well. I didn't really see him getting here, but good job. The last completed match of yesterday was Del Potro. Had a pretty smooth sail through Benoit Pierre, 6-4, 7-6, 6-3. So good job, Del Po. We expected him to be here. And I think...
Did you really expect him to be here?
I don't know, but you did, I think, right?
I did. He's in my pick.
How did he look, anyway?
He looks sharp. It looks like Nadal's going to have a tough time with him.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
He
hasn't really been tested. All his matches have been 3 sets.
See, I didn't get a chance to look at his footwork, though.
Even a lot of people were saying, wow, he looked like he did at the U.S. Open.
Really?
Nadal's going to have a tough time with him.
Which U.S. Open, though? Where he beat Federer?
Where he won, yes.
What,
Well, I mean, not playing Federer, but I mean playing the rounds before that.
When he beat Federer, wasn't Del Potro down 2 sets?
He was down 2 sets. I'm talking about the matches before that.
I hope so. I like Del Po.
Me too.
Honestly, she's correct.
If he wins the Wimbledon, I would be happy. I would actually.
Yeah, I've always been a Del Potro fan until the day that he beat Federer at the U.S. Open. That one hurt.
I didn't become a fan till after that.
Yeah, she's a big Nadal guy. Anyway, go figure. All right, so at the end of those matches, just a couple quick things. Young boys that we've talked about, Tiafoe and Zverev, and there's a bunch more. But what do they need to do to keep from going 6-2, 6-1, or 6-3, 6-0 in the 5th set? That's a commentary for you. We spent enough time talking about it. What are your thoughts? Why are these younger players, the majority of them U.S. players, that run into this? But in this case, here we are with the number 4 in the world player that fades away in a major at Wimbledon with a favorable surface for his game.
A bagel's tough. Yikes.
A bagel or 3 games in 2 sets. Why is this? How do we correct it? Number 1. I'm not shocked that Tiafoe lost, and I'm not shocked that Zverev lost. I don't have him being number 1 in the world, but if everyone else does, I want to know why. I
don't see him as number 1.
If they're at 6-2, 6-1, and 6-0, 6-3 in the 4th and 5th set at their age, both of them, why are we putting so much faith in them? Anyway, moving forward. Gulbis bageled him. Now, let's not forget about Gulbis. Ernestas Gulbis, the Latvian's been around for years, and we love him. Have always. We don't necessarily like his antics.
No, but he's a fighter.
He's a fighter.
You could see it in him that he no matter what happens, lose, win, he's going to try his best.
All right, so anyway, men's 4th round action tomorrow. We have Raonic playing the U.S. player McDonald. I think Raonic rolls.
Same here.
Nishikori plays Gulbis. 24 seed Nishikori takes on Gulbis, who we just talked about. I like Gulbis here unseeded.
I think Gulbis can actually beat Nishikori. I'm surprised he got through Kyrgios. He should have lost that match.
Yeah. Again, we're not going to dwell on Kyrgios anymore. You lost out on your own, Kyrgios. No one else's fault but your own. Federer takes on Mannarino. Obviously, I like Federer here. Mannarino could be tricky for a vulnerable Federer, and I think Federer is still vulnerable. He hasn't played anybody yet. Mannarino could take a set from him, but I think Roger wins.
I don't think Federer is vulnerable at all. He hasn't been tested at all. He'll be fine. He'll roll through 3 sets.
Next match, U.S. number 9 seed Isner takes on Tsitsipas, number 31 seed, the young 19-year-old. I think Isner wins with a consistent serve and experience, but I think Isner loses with a 60% first serve percentage. But I think Isner will serve in the 70s and will win.
I think it'll be a tough match for Isner, actually.
Why?
Let's see what Tsitsipas brings to him. But you're right, his serve has to be on.
For me, this is the last chance Isner has to go this deep.
He's in his late 20s, right?
Yeah, I mean, his serve can get him anywhere, but I think this is his last chance to go this far. And if Federer can, if Isner can creep into the quarterfinals, Isner may even get a semi. Moving forward, good match. Unseeded Gael Monfils, the Frenchman, the showman, is taking on Kevin Anderson, the South African. Same mindset for that match.
They both have a chance.
Yeah, it just like Isner and Tsitsipas, Anderson and Monfils. If both big servers are clicking, they'll probably have some tie-break sets and win both. Whoever has the lower first serve percentage against their opponents, I think will lose.
I mean, it's a toss-up to me. If Anderson serves on, Monfils is going to have trouble.
Del Potro takes on Gilles Simon. We just spoke about Simon. We spoke about Del Potro. I'm definitely taking Delpo here.
Same, 3 sets.
Straight sets.
Yeah.
Unseeded Vesely takes on Nadal.
No chance.
No shot. Nadal rolls here. However, Nadal got very lucky. Kyrgios went into space world. If he would have stayed sane, I think Kyrgios could have won the tournament.
Well, he still got Djokovic on his side.
Yeah, he still got lucky because he lost one person he had to potentially worry about, given he didn't have a mental meltdown, and he did.
Right.
Anyway, whatever. All right, so Nadal cruises there. Kachanov, my unseeded player, who still gives me a chance to win this fantasy league team as long as he would win Wimbledon with Djokovic on the other side, but they're in the same part of the draw, so I think she's probably won. Or my son Christopher, who we forgot about, is back in the hunt. So right now, Carla, Christopher, and I all have a shot to compete.
But congrats, backhand pass, Milo. You're number 1 so far in the bracket. I looked at it today, and I think you're ahead of me by 40-plus points.
Let's go, Milo. Good job, Milo. Milo's been doing fantasy with us for 7-8 years, maybe more, I think.
And he's very knowledgeable in tennis and follows it.
Follows it. Good player. All right, so Kachanov plays Djokovic. Honestly, even though I have Kachanov on my team, I think Djokovic wins here.
It's a good match. I'm going to watch that one.
I think goes 4 sets.
I'm going to watch that one just to see, because I've always thought Kachanov had potential. So I'd like to see how he does.
Yeah, I think Djokovic wins in 4 sets, honestly. I think Djokovic wins that in 4 sets. All right, so that wraps up the men's 4th round. Quick double shout out to Maddox Sands and Safarova. They move on in the women's doubles. Good job. Mixed doubles, Maddox Sands and Mike Bryan move on, so good for them. And on the men's side, one of the Bryan's brothers is hurt or injured, so Mike Bryan is playing doubles with Jack Sock, and they're moving on as well. Hey, get in the gym, Jack Sock. You need it. Don't worry about singles right now until you get fit, buddy. Watch that beer belly. So in ending, thanks to everyone that watches, who comments, who helps. This is something we enjoy. It's good to be back from our one-day.
Well, he's playing with Stevens, by the way.
It's good that we have 30 seconds to go.
Sorry.
Yeah, we got 30 seconds, so I didn't mean to interrupt. So, and any thanks to everyone who watches, who comments, who helps. This is something we enjoy, so it's very much fun for all of us. Much love and positive energy to all the champions coming out of that cave in Thailand, the parents, the rescuer that died, the coaches. Much love to all of you, and thanks so much for watching. Click a like below, subscribe below. If we missed something, comment below. But we're running out of time. See you tomorrow after Manic Monday. As Carla always says.
Adios.
See ya.